If you feel like you really did something to your shoulder, especially if you're having a lot of pain right in the front of your shoulder, and maybe it's a challenge to lift your arm up overhead, try these different releases. The first one is on the rotator cuff of the infraspinatus. This muscle attaches to the shoulder blade. So think about your shoulder blade sitting right here, and on the back side of the shoulder blade is the infraspinatus. Take your lacrosse ball, massage ball, and place it right at that shoulder blade, making sure not to be too far out so you're at the humerus and you could be pushing that humerus forward of the shoulder, but on the shoulder blade itself. Find yourself a wall and press into that muscle. Find that tender spot. When you find the tender spot, you can just hold pressure there, or see if you can do a little swing of the arm, or rotate the arm in and out, just to engage and relax that muscle will help for that muscle to release. The next muscle you're going to want to take a look at is your subscapularis muscle, another rotator cuff muscle. And this muscle attaches on the inside of the shoulder blade. So here's the shoulder blade sitting here. We just released the infraspinatus back here. That refers pain into the front of the shoulder. The subscapularis attaches to the inside of that shoulder blade right there, and that can refer pain to the back of the shoulder. So how I like to release it is just with my other arm. You're going to reach to the back side of your shoulder. So here's your pec, and here's the wing of your lat. You're going to reach the back of your lat. So I recommend being at a table. Have your arm resting on something so it's relaxed, those muscles are relaxed. Take your other arm, reach behind to the back wing, and press that thumb. Try to grip onto that shoulder blade itself and press that thumb into that tender spot. And just kind of work into that area. You can just hold pressure there until it relaxes and then find another spot. Or you can add some rotation if that feels okay for you in your shoulder. Or just relax and release. The next release that I would recommend doing is to release the upper trap, because the upper trap is going to start taking over if those rotator cuff muscles aren't firing properly, and that's just going to shrug that shoulder up, and that's really what's causing that pinching as the humerus rises in that shoulder seat instead of staying in its position of the joint. You can just grip onto your upper trap, turn your head. I think the best way is to get a Theracane and really dig into these back muscles. When you find that tender spot, you could always side bend your head away, in and out of a stretch, or just hold that position there. You can also take your ball and lean into the wall on this upper part of your upper trap. Once you've released all three of those muscles, you always want to make sure to follow up with some kind of engagement to re-educate how your muscles are moving. A simple way to re-educate those rotator cuff muscles is to be sitting or standing, have your arms to your side, and simply rotate your arms out. You don't have to have your elbows bent. You can just focus on that rotation, but it might be helpful to have your elbows bent just to give you that cue. You're going to rotate the arm out to the side. So think about this long humerus of the shoulder rotating on its own. You're going to feel those shoulder blades coming together. You're going to engage between those shoulder blades and just be mindful not to, when you squeeze those shoulder blades back, to arch in your ribs. Keep those ribs drawn in. Rotate the arms back, hold for about 5 seconds. Do that about 10 times just to re-educate that movement.